Alright, so let's get right into it because your time is valuable and honestly, so is mine. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. If you're tired of the endless cycle of working for a paycheck only to see it disappear on bills and expenses, leaving you with barely anything left over, then you've come to the right place. Today we're not just talking about vague concepts or motivational fluff. We are breaking down the exact, actionable, and proven 4-step escape plan that can genuinely help you break free from the traditional 9-to-5 grind and build a life of financial independence. This is the blueprint I used, and it's the same one you can start implementing today. We're going to cover everything from the nitty-gritty of investing and managing your money to the powerful mindset shifts that are absolutely essential for success. This isn't about getting rich overnight. Let's be realistic. That almost never happens. This is about building sustainable, long-term wealth that gives you options. The option to work because you want to, not because you have to. The option to travel, to pursue your passions, and to spend your time on what truly matters to you. So grab a cup of coffee, or an iced coffee. You know how I feel about that. Smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and let's get started on your journey to financial freedom. Now, before we dive into the very first step, I have to put up the all-important disclaimer. The information in this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. My goal is to share my personal experiences and the strategies that have worked for me. It's incredibly important that you always do your own research, consult with a qualified professional, and make financial decisions based on your own unique circumstances and risk tolerance. You've got this. Your financial journey is unique to you, so take this information, learn from it, but ultimately, you are the one in the driver's seat of your financial future. With that out of the way, let's talk about what escaping the rat race really means. It's a term that gets thrown around a lot, but for me, it's about creating systems that work for you, even when you're not actively working. It's about designing a life where your assets generate enough income to cover your living expenses, freeing you from being dependent on a single source of income like a job. This 4-step plan is the framework for building those systems. Each step builds upon the last, creating a powerful synergy that can accelerate your progress exponentially. It requires discipline, it requires patience, but most importantly, it requires you to start. So let's get into the very first and arguably one of the most critical steps right now. Step 1. Invest a minimum of 10 to 20% of your income into assets that generate passive income. This is non-negotiable. This is the first thing you do when your paycheck hits your bank account. You pay yourself first. This single habit separates those who build wealth from those who stay stuck. Automate it. Set up automatic transfers from your checking account to your brokerage account the day you get paid. This turns wealth building into an effortless, consistent habit. Every dollar you earn is like a tiny employee. You can send it to work for you in the stock market, where it can earn more money. This is the essence of passive income. Starting as early as possible is critical. The more time your money has to work for you, the less of your own money you actually have to contribute. Time is your single greatest asset when it comes to investing. Start now with whatever you can afford. For long-term wealth, invest in the stock market, specifically with a diversified portfolio of stocks and dividend-paying stocks. Start with broad market index funds or ETFs, like those that track the S&P 500. This is one of the simplest and most effective ways to invest. Historically, the stock market has returned an average of around 10% per year over the long term. By investing consistently through an index fund, you capture that growth. Dividends are payments that some companies make to their shareholders, essentially sharing a portion of their profits. This is a powerful form of passive income. Reinvest dividends to buy more shares of the same stock. When you reinvest your dividends, you are compounding your returns on a whole new level. It creates a snowball effect. Compounding is simply the process of your earnings generating their own earnings. What it really represents is the power of time and consistency. The key to unlocking this power is consistency. Invest systematically month after month, year after year, regardless of market conditions. This strategy is called dollar cost averaging. A market downturn is a sale. Consistency is the fuel for the engine of compounding. Let's move on to step 2, developing good financial habits and avoiding being a consume idiot. It's not about deprivation, but about being intentional with your spending. Understand the psychological triggers that make you buy things you don't need. Modern society is designed to make you consume. Start tracking your spending for a month using an app or spreadsheet. Write down every dollar you spend. This can be shocking, as most people don't know where their money goes. Tracking illuminates the mystery and puts you back in control. Question your purchases. Do I need this or just want it? Could this money be invested for my future self? This reflection is powerful. Prioritize financial freedom over temporary wants. Resist lifestyle inflation, where expenses rise with income. Resisting it is a superpower. Widen the gap between income and expenses to reach financial freedom faster. Differentiate between needs and wants. Needs are essentials like housing, utilities, food, and transportation. Wants are everything else. Be honest about what's a need versus a luxury. Optimize needs and cut back on low-value wants. Practice value-based spending. Align your spending with your values and what brings you the most happiness. Make conscious trade-offs. You can't have everything. Choose what you value and cut mercilessly elsewhere. Be a financial surgeon, cutting low-value expenses. The biggest enemy is high-interest debt. Consumer debt is a financial cancer. Avoid consumer debt like the plague. If you can't afford it with cash, you can't afford it. Use credit cards for convenience, paying the balance in full monthly. Paying off high-interest debt is a guaranteed high return. Plug small financial leaks in your budget. Scrutinize recurring charges. Negotiate bills and cancel unused subscriptions. Be the CEO of your finances. We've covered investing and cutting wasteful spending. Now, let's get into something that some might dismiss, but from personal experience, this is the accelerator. It's the turbo boost for your financial engine, rewiring your mind. We're talking about practicing positive affirmations, truly feeling them, and assuming they are already your reality. This concept, influenced by Neville Goddard, separates those who wish for wealth from those who attract it. Goddard taught the law of assumption. What you assume to be true will eventually harden into fact. It's about a deep internal conviction. You assume the feeling of already being financially free. Your subconscious mind is like fertile soil. It grows whatever seed you give it, whether that seed is a weed of doubt or a flower of abundance. Affirmations are about deliberately planting seeds of wealth and success, watering them with belief. This isn't just positive thinking. It's a state of being. Your brain starts to rewire itself, looking for opportunities and guiding your actions. It makes tangible steps like investing feel effortless. The key is in the feeling. Craft affirmations that resonate with you personally. For example, I feel secure knowing my investments are working for me around the clock. First, get crystal clear on what you want. Write it down in the present tense. This specificity gives your subconscious mind a clear target. Now the most important part, the feeling. Do this right before you fall asleep and right after you wake up. Close your eyes and truly imagine the scene. Drift off to sleep with that emotion as your reality. This is a mental workout, a daily practice. It's about consistency. You are overwriting old programming with new programming of abundance. You'll start making decisions from a place of abundance. Your logical brain will resist. This is completely normal. Don't fight this resistance. Gently bypass it. Acknowledge negative thoughts without judgment. Redirect your focus back to your desired reality. The more you practice, the weaker the doubt becomes. Another technique is revision. Revise negative events in your imagination. Refuse to let negative events plant seeds of lack. This is about shifting your identity. Identify as someone who is wealthy. When your identity changes, your actions follow suit automatically. This assumed reality becomes the foundation upon which your financial empire is built. We've discussed investing, smart spending, and a positive mindset, but all of it falls apart without persistence. This is the glue that holds everything together. Persistence keeps you going when things get tough, when you're not seeing results as fast as you'd like. Financial freedom isn't a sprint, it's a marathon, and persistence is your endurance. It's always a story of overcoming obstacles and pushing through failure. The market will have downturns, and there will be temptations to splurge. Persistence is the decision to show up again tomorrow, no matter what happened today. The difference between success and failure is not in making mistakes, but in the reaction to them. Persistence means you learn the lesson, adjust your strategy if necessary, and get right back on track. This is why it's so important to have a strong why. On the days when your motivation is gone, that why is what your persistence will latch onto. Persistence isn't a feeling, it's a commitment to your future self. Persistence has its own version of compound interest. Your small, consistent actions, when repeated over a long period, don't just add up, they multiply. Think of it like pushing a giant, heavy flywheel. For a long time, you're putting in maximum effort for almost no visible result. This is where most people quit. After a while, the wheel's own momentum starts to work for you, creating massive results. That is the power of persistence. Successful people don't rely on willpower, they rely on systems. You need to build a system around your financial goals that makes it easy to be consistent and hard to quit. The best system for persistence is automation. Set up an automatic transfer from your checking account to your brokerage account every single payday. Better yet, set up automatic investments into your chosen index funds or ETFs. This is the single most powerful system you can create for building long-term wealth. Instead of relying on willpower to not overspend, use a budget. Another system is to use the 24-hour rule for any non-essential purchase over a certain amount. Don't just hope you'll remember to do your affirmations, schedule it. By creating these external structures and triggers, you are removing the need to rely on your own fluctuating motivation. Your system will carry you through, ensuring your persistence never wavers. So, we've walked through the entire 4-step plan: investing consistently, spending wisely, mastering your mindset, and committing to unwavering persistence. It's a simple blueprint, but it's not necessarily easy. The value isn't just in knowing these steps, it's in the application. It's in taking this information and turning it into action, starting not tomorrow, not next week, but right now, today. The single biggest mistake people make is consuming information like this and then doing absolutely nothing with it. They get a temporary hit of motivation, but it fades and they fall right back into their old patterns. You have to break that cycle. Your journey to financial freedom doesn't start when you have more money or when the time is right. The perfect time will never come. It starts with the very next decision you make. It starts with opening a brokerage account, even if you only have $50 to put in it. It starts with looking at your bank statement and identifying one subscription you can cancel today. It starts with taking 5 minutes tonight before you go to sleep to close your eyes and truly feel what it's like to be secure and free. It starts with making a promise to yourself that you will not give up, no matter how long it takes. The path ahead will be long and it will require patience, but every single day that you apply these principles, you are casting a vote for your future self. You are laying one more brick in the foundation of your financial fortress. Don't get overwhelmed by the size of the end goal. Just focus on winning today. Win today by investing something, anything. Win today by avoiding one unnecessary purchase. Win today by controlling your thoughts for just a few minutes. If you can win today, and then you wake up and win tomorrow, those wins will compound into a life you can't even imagine right now. Your future is in your hands. And look, as a final thought, if you've made it this far into the video, it shows you are serious about making a change. You have the desire, and now you have a plan. To keep getting information like this that can help you on your journey, do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button down below. It takes you 1 second, it is completely free for you, and there are absolutely no risks. But for me and for the channel, it is very important and allows me to keep making content just like this to help as many people as possible. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.